You feel deeply connected to this person, but what I'm getting is that a strong connection does not necessarily mean a strong relationship. And I'm seeing with the 9 of Wands and the 8 of Crystals on the bottom of the deck, it's telling me that you are not seeing this for what it really is. I feel like you're actually supposed to kind of like protect yourself from this relationship. It seems like you're thinking that the connection is enough to carry you through, and it's just unfortunately not. And I feel like that's the message that you need to hear yet. The 2 of Crystals, I think you're trying to decide how to proceed with this, and you keep on like getting to a place where something's just not working, or maybe it hasn't even been working ever, and you just still feel so connected to this person. But again, a strong connection does not mean a strong relationship. That's like the sentence that I just kept hearing over and over and over. I do have initials for this reading, and I don't have very many initials, so I feel like if your initials here, super like loud and clear message that this is for you. So I just have JTKLS. It could also be their initials to kind of tell you like that it's about that person. And if your initial, especially if like your first and their first initial are both here and you're seeing this message, I feel like that's a very, very strong sign that like it's that your spirit team is trying to give you this message of like a strong connection does not necessarily mean a strong relationship. You can feel connected to somebody, and that does not mean that it's going to be a good romantic relationship for you. That's really important to understand. There's like more to it than just having a strong connection. Okay. I'm also getting another synchronicity for this reading is that if you run into something, okay, I hope I don't mean with a car. Please be careful as you're driving. What I'm getting is like if it's like you bump into something with your body, like maybe it's like, and you're like, where did that come from? Like as if it came out of nowhere, but it's like a stationary object. I'm getting it's like you run into like a door or a counter or a table or your bed or something like that, and then I feel like that's kind of spirit being like, hello. Like this is like a little wake-up call for you, I think is the situation here. Let's see what else you need to know or understand about this. I feel like that's honestly the main message. A strong connection does not necessarily mean a strong relationship, but let's just see what else you need to know. By the way, my name is Beth, and I'm a trauma-informed intuitive tarot reader, and I do offer personal readings at the link in my bio. You can book me there. I don't DM you. Don't get scammed. I'm seeing the Hangman coming out. And so with the Hanged Man, it's also telling me like there's sometimes a reason why things are not progressing. And in this case, I feel like the reason that things are not progressing is because this relationship would not be a good relationship for you. You might even already know that. This might be a relationship that you've already tried. And it's like you're still hung up on this person. And because you do feel connected to them. And so it's okay to feel connected to somebody and just like appreciate that connection for what it is without continuing to be like, this means I have to have a relationship with them. Yeah. I feel like you're fighting so hard for it to be a relationship, and actually like it's just that's just not what it's meant to be. You're trying to like push through this with the Page of Wands. It's kind of like you're like, no, but I want it, and I want it like this, and its spirit is like, but we're literally trying to tell you it's just going to end in heartache, heartbreak, and loss, and grief, and trauma, and hurt with the 3 of Crystals. So, yeah. I think that if you really allow yourself to like sit with this, there's like a younger part of you that's like, no, but I want it and I want it now, right? That's the Page of Wands. But there's also a part of you that like somehow does know this with the High Priestess, and maybe just getting this message is like a little bit of that piece that you just needed to know or just needed to hear, that like there's this like deep intuition, this deep knowing that like there's a reason that this hasn't been working, and you've honestly been asking spirit probably for some signs to help you know like what to do. And I feel like this is spirit telling you like, look, love is supposed to flow, and it's not flowing in this relationship. You can feel connected, but the relationship isn't an abundance of love in the relationship, right? A strong connection does not mean a strong relationship. And like you're supposed to have this. Whoa. I just sent all these cards flying. So it's basically showing me with the Flower of Life, there's going to be some sort of better connection out there for you. You're supposed to have this. The person that's on your mind that you're like pushing forward with so much that you really wish it was with, It's just not that person. 444, as I was saying, that your spirit guides are literally trying to protect you so that you can get guided toward the better path, because you're going to have a beautiful relationship, a beautiful connection and relationship, I feel like, with somebody else. That's what I'm getting. Like, maybe let's take a look at that in part 2 and give you some hope.